is that the Obama administration seems to act as if the June election in Iran never happened. Not long ago, an Iran expert noted that the administration views the democratic movement inside Iran, to use his words, quote, as a wrench in the works of nuclear negotiations, unquote. I think that there is an inability here to see things as they are right now in Iran. After the brutal crackdown on the religious holiday of Ashura, the president did speak out somewhat more forcibly. I'll grant that. But with oppositionists denouncing the supreme leader by name and demanding the dismantling of the Islamic regime, he didn't have much choice at that point. Indeed, we will hear testimony today that, quote, even staunch conservatives and hardline clerics have now joined the opponents of Ahmadinejad, unquote. And we'll also hear that the, quote, sanctity around Supreme Leader Khamenei has been shattered, unquote. Despite some rhetoric on human rights in Iran, the Obama administration hasn't committed the needed resources to creatively encourage change. There is no full throttle support for the Iranian democracy movement in the budget that landed in Congress last week. Instead, the administration seems intent on a regime-centered approach. But I'd ask this, which is more likely? What is the more likely thing we'll see? A verifiable nuclear deal with the current regime or the opposition movement's success? The regime in Iran probably doesn't fear another round of, quote, least common denominator UN sanctions, and that's increasingly what these are being termed. But it is downright paranoid. That regime in Iran is downright paranoid of a color revolution. It is paranoid of the feelings of the people in Iran that we've seen expressed on the street. And next week, on February 11th, large protests are being planned to coincide with the anniversary of the Islamic Revolution. We hear that the people of Iran, as we watch internationally, the media that's broadcast out of Iran, they seem to indicate to us that if past protests are a guide, many in the street will be asking again whether President Obama is with them or against them. And I hope he's ready to clarify that answer to that question. Because to be on the right side of history is to be speaking out forcibly for the people that are taking these risks and going to the streets in Iran. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Mr.